Welcome to the American Academy of Grief Counseling's videogram on parenting and grieving. And this video addresses the parent and when the parent grieves and how this affects the family. And also, because we are all ourselves children of a parent, we inherit various grieving patterns from our own parents and how they grieved. So this video is primarily about identifying that and also looking at how we can grieve while being a parent, and also how we can grieve together better as a family and some of the benefits, and also how to take care of yourself while you're grieving. So with this illustration, parents grieve too, and I think that's important to understand. Growing up, some of our parents might have shielded us from emotion or grief, and they kept it very close to the vest. Some parents may have been, though, on the opposite realm, total wrecks in life and forced us into adulthood way too soon by throwing multiple issues on us. Regardless, though, parents grieve, and how parents today grieve is important, not only for their own health and their parenting, but also for their children, because we ourselves, as children at one time, have experienced how our parents grieved, and that has affected our own grieving patterns themselves. So some parents do not allow time to grieve for fear of not fulfilling their duties to their job, their family, or their children. Some parents do not even indulge in self-care when they are feeling bad. They are so focused. Some parents hide their grief, in fact, to keep their children feeling secure, to let them know that there's nothing ever wrong with dad or mom. So parental grieving patterns affect children, and it is important to, especially during loss, to express it, to share it, and to reassure your children that everything is okay, because they are going to be able to tell if something is off, no matter how hard you try. And it's not a sign of weakness to show them this. In fact, it's a good example to show them that one can grieve. So that a family can grieve together is maybe a family that really will ... stay together, because families that are more open and grieve openly, they teach the children the importance of expression of emotion. They also teach good grieving habits, and children then can learn empathy in helping their own parents as well. What we see is that these families that grieve together become closer, they become more secure because there's no secrets, and they share more instead of keeping things away from each other, because they understand that this is an emotional safe place. Those who are able to grieve together also face less complications in grief, because no one is keeping that poison within themselves with any false notions. Instead, individuals are sharing and expressing these types of feelings. So a family that grieves together definitely has a better chance of staying together. Now, a parent can experience many losses. A loss of a parent, which is very common for a parent themselves, especially during middle age. While they're raising their child, they're still also taking care of their parents. And when they lose a parent, this can also affect their ability to parent themselves. One common one between couples would also be a miscarriage. A divorce is very common, especially in this day and age where divorce rates are so high, and how a parent is able to not only handle the divorce, but also to co-parent with the other spouse, ex-spouse, and to be able to ensure that that child understands that she or he is still loved. A loss of a job, depression itself, especially maybe even after a miscarriage. So it's important with these types of losses to allow others in, to help, to have everyone involved, and to help the child learn that they can actually help mommy, quote unquote, or daddy, quote unquote. Now, when grieving ourselves, there are certain things that we as parents need to do. You need to primarily express your loss to your family and your children and let them know that you're sad and understand why. And this is important because it allows them to know if you're having a particular bad day, it's not their fault. Children have magical thinking, and they can very easily think it's their fault and then have their own complications. So let children know, especially when you're grieving, that their life will be okay, and that you are still there for them despite any type of grief. You also want to let them know that it's only temporary while you're grieving, that you're going through a phase, and children are a lot smarter than you realize. They will understand that mom or dad is going through something at the moment. Also, in terms of your own care, fulfill the necessary duties, but be easy on yourself if not everything is crossed off on your checklist while you're grieving. You are grieving and you're not at 100%. So give yourself the time that you need to be alone and grieve after you fulfill only the most necessary duties. Exercise self-care. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, whatever way that may be, so that you're better able to heal and also better able to take care of any children or any other family members themselves. We at AIHCP, also the American Academy of Grief Counseling, offer a grief counseling certification below. There's our link. Our number is 330-652-7776, and our email is info@aihcp.org. I'd like to thank you for listening and have a good day.